One more thing I need to talk about before going to the next Ansible role are Linux file permissions. If you already know how those work, skip to the next video. Again, probably the best place to learn about this is Arch Wiki. It will tell you everything you need to know, but here's a short version. Let's, for example, take a .ssh directory. The far right will tell you the directory name. The way I know it's a directory and not a file is by letter D on the far left. Then you have a user which owns the directory and a group. There's also this concept of other, meaning not the user who owns it and not belonging to a group. We'll now check characters right of the D denoting directory. You have three sets of three, meaning first three characters are user permissions, second three are group permissions, and last three other. In this case, user has read, write, and execute. If it's a directory, execute means you can cd into it. Group and other don't have any permissions. Let's check another example. This time it's a file called usefulscript.sh, and the way I know it's a file is because it's missing a D. It has a dash in its place. We again have user, group, and other. And now for the permissions. User can read, user can write, and user can execute. Group can now read, cannot write, but can execute. And other can read. It can't write nor execute. This was a so-called text method. There is also numerical method. Let's see how that works. Each permission has a number corresponding to it. Then you just map those values. You again have user, group, and other, and you just add those together. For user, it's 7, for group, it's 5, and for other, it's 4. Meaning, rwx, r-x, r-dash in text method is equal to 754 in numerical method. Let's check another example. These permissions don't have any sense. You will never see them in the wild, but stick with it. So principle is the same. You have user, group, and other. You write down numerical counterparts for text method and you add them together. So dash wx, rw dash, and dash dash x in text method is equal to 361 in numerical method. And lastly, I don't think there is a Linux person who didn't see a comment saying something like, hey, I solved my problem by setting permissions to 777. Don't do that. That means that anyone can do anything. With permissions, you want to give as little as possible.